Everyone, I'm Brian Saber, and today I'm talking about introverted donors. I just finished a webinar where we were talking about this. It's a topic that has been big on my mind for a long time now, because if half of everyone, if 50% of the population is introverted, then we can assume that 50% of our donors are introverted. So my question is, are you thinking about that? And what does that mean? What does that mean in terms of special events, in terms of communication, in terms of building relationships? I've worked with a lot of organizations that are event heavy. Now, I have my own qualms with some of the special events we put on, but the big question here is who's coming? If most of the way you cultivate and raise money is through large events, what's happening to the introverts? Are they coming? I can guarantee you that some of them aren't, because I turn down virtually every invitation to a special event that I get. If they do come, are they comfortable? Why are they coming? Are they coming because they want to do the right thing but they'd rather not? I know people who do that. And are we acknowledging that and appreciating that they're going above and beyond the call of duty to come to our events, even though they really don't want to? And what if they're not coming? Who is coming and who isn't coming? There's probably a correlation in terms of the people who aren't coming and introversion. So, what are you doing for them if they're not part of those events? Let's talk about communication. How are you communicating with your donors? I've always been told you have to call, pick up the phone and call. Well, I, as an introvert, don't like getting phone calls from most people. I certainly don't want to get them from any of the charities I'm involved in. And I'm sure many of your donors are the same as I am, right? We'd rather get something in writing. So, are you thinking about whether your donors are more or less introverted and how you're communicating with them in a way that's going to be comfortable and effective for them? And if they won't come to your events, how are you cultivating them? Are you having one on ones? Perhaps your introverts are more likely to have a one on one conversation with you, whereas your extroverts would rather be in a group. So we have a lot to consider in terms of a donor's personality. And one piece of it is this. As a matter of fact, this morning I got a question that was, well, if you have a sense of whether your donor is an introvert or an extrovert, can you actually put that in the database? And I thought there are all these issues today with confidential this and confidential that. On top of that, if we think this is an issue, it would only be an issue because we're judging introversion versus extroversion. Whereas, truthfully, we're just saying they're different. Just like we might say someone is a sports fan and someone is a theater fan, or someone likes data and someone likes stories. Why shouldn't we put in our database that we think this person is an introvert, so that we and then the people who follow us know how to deal with this donor in a way that's most effective, that most respects who they are, and causes the least amount of drama, quite frankly. So let's think of our donors in terms of introversion. Let's think of them in terms of who we are and who they are. If we're introverts and our donors are introverts, what might that mean for our conversation? If we're introverts and we're going to see extroverts, what does that mean? How might we partner? And how do we make sure that this relationship is as strong and as respectful as possible? That's my piece for today. Think about it.